originally from Argentina. I live in Dallas, Texas now, and I'm a concert pianist and a professor at universities, and I have a music academy in Dallas. And 2 years ago, I attended the 10-day program that Dr. McDougall offers in Santa Rosa, California. And I was at a desperate point, like many people are, and where you have tried everything and you're just willing to try one more thing before you give up, and you just pretty much hate the way you look and the way you feel, everything. You don't want to look at yourself in the mirror anymore. And that's where I was. I was having, I had high cholesterol, high blood pressure, terrible acid reflux. I was living in fear, which is having daily feeling fear and hopelessness are really awful feelings. And I literally was afraid of dropping dead any minute, because in my family there's a long history of heart disease and diabetes. And I knew that if I continued with being so overweight or obese even, and having such high blood pressure and cholesterol, and my father passed away a few years ago of diabetes and heart disease, that I needed to do something, and I wanted to do something, like so many people in this country and all over the world. It's just that there's so much conflicting information out there. It's so confusing. So I was at that point where I was afraid that I was going to die, and I still have a long list of things that I want to do in life, and I want to live until I'm 100 or more, but I want to be healthy. And so I couldn't do the things that I wanted. I couldn't play the piano the way I wanted because I had all this fat around me. I would get tired just walking, even one flight of stairs. Like I said, I couldn't sleep because I had very bad acid reflux, and I had developed also anxiety because I was afraid. So I had panic attacks. So and just the general feeling of not liking yourself. It's just not a good feeling. How I came to McDougall was thanks to the movie Forks Over Knives, and that was the time when I was searching, but I couldn't find the truth. And I saw that movie in the theaters, and it made a huge impact on me. I knew after watching the movie, I knew that that's what I wanted, what they were showing, that I wanted to do that, but I still didn't know how. And I bought some books, and I was trying myself, but I was missing one point. And this is what I want to tell people. If there is, people sometimes, they like secrets or shortcuts. And if there is one, I'm telling everybody that it's the starch. I was a vegan. I was, like Dr. McDougall says in some of his lectures, but I was a fat vegan because I was eating green vegetables and yellow and orange and all the sort of colors, but I wasn't getting enough nutrition, and I was hungry. I was starving, so I would get something that I wasn't supposed to eat until I really understood it. And that happened when I came to the 10-day program, until I understood that all I had to do was eat potatoes, sweet potatoes, corn, rice, and beans, and a lot of them. It didn't change. That was the big aha moment. And now, if I go one day without eating a potato, I have potato withdrawals. and that's how you will stay trim, and that's how people will lose weight and feel great. I do remember some pieces of music that I played years ago when I was much younger and fit, that required a lot of fitness to play, really, and that I had trouble playing it because I was uncomfortable. The movements that I needed to make, I couldn't make, and I got out of breath. And it was wonderful to, after losing all those 70 pounds, to sit at the piano and feel free physically and emotionally. And yes, and that happened, especially with one particular piece by an Argentine composer, Alberto Ginastero, the three Argentine dances, and the last one is a killer. All the energy it takes, and now I can play really well. Just recently, Dr. McDougall and I have started to do live webinars, and they're broadcast live, and people can interact with him. And he's very generous to offer these webinars for free. So we want to encourage people to go to drmcdougals.com, his website, under the education tab, go to free webinars and just either watch past webinars or sign up for the weekly ones. And I think that's going to be really exciting for them to see him in person, live.